Appearance in Urban Nerds United, the monster your parents didn't see under the bed flee because she's too small to find. All right. So before we begin, does anyone have any questions or anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah,
Nope.
think of anything?
All right. So for this adventure, we travel past the sprawling metropolis of Waterdeep, up the Sword Coast, hugging the breeze of the Sea of Swords. From there we go west, traveling just south of Neverwinter. And we begin our descent through the many underground tunnels far beneath Ten Towns. Lower and lower we go, bypassing the dark elf capital spider city of Menzoberranzan. On a ship of hopelessness, we journey south across the horror-infested waters of the Dark Lake. And we stop at a drow outpost. And this is where our adventure begins. You find yourselves surrounded by cavernous walls, nothing but darkness all around you. The only light source is a soft purple and green glow coming from the strange fungi that are on the walls and scattered up high on the ceiling near the stalactites. There are various sounds from all around you that come out from the darkness. Metallic, high-pitched chittering, loud snarls and growls. The snarls actually aren't that far off. You feel like it's like maybe a cave over. And there's a constant, distant roar of a waterfall. As you look around, you're enclosed by a wrought iron fence. With a really strong looking gate. This gate has a padlock on it. And you are not alone. Oh, by the way, Flea, you're not there yet.
And two.
Not yet, you're not.
What's
You'll find
this
out.
creature? Oh,
What group?
you told me to put it on the thing.
I know, I forgot to let you know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Would everyone, besides Flea, please describe what you look like? We'll start with Jay.
Okay. Elfard is a half-elf and quite old at that. And I guess we've been stripped of all of our stuff, right? So I'm just wearing the barest undergarment.
Like a buckler shirt and dungarees.
If they even left me that,
No, they would have left you with clothes. They don't want to. They don't want to see your old. They don't want to see your wrinkly old naked body.
Well, I don't.
For
Okay.
some, it'll put the cost of the slave up, and for some, it'll put it way down. So just keep it
Yeah.
Anything else?
But I can't think of anything else right off. No, like white hair, like he's approaching the outer limits.
Twilight years, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit more salt than pepper in his hair.
Yes, more salt.
All right. And next up, let's go. Well, there's only one other person here tonight. Well, two, but I'll explain that later. We'll go with Hylius. Please describe what you look like.
All right, I would be the 6'2" Tabaxan male with snow leopard patterned fur and a pink with gray spots and speckle splatches on his chest. He kind of just wraps his very long tail around his own waist as a belt.
So
Keep
you're
it
going
tucked out of the
full
way.
Saiyan. You're going full Dragon Ball Z with this. The
Oh, yeah.
Saiyan.
Oh
Awesome. Okay. All right.
And-
I'm gonna say that you are stripped bare naked because your shit is tucked in. You're a tabaxi. So
He's tucking.
yep, he's tucking. Tuck and roll. All right, Eddie. I'm sorry to interrupt. Anything else?
No, he will frantically be searching and patting around his person for a small gemstone that he probably does not have any luck finding.
You know what? I tell you what. If you can roll me a D20, I will let you know if you have it on you anywhere.
All right. There's the 20. Hold on 1 second.
There are only so many places a naked guy can hide stuff.
He has a lot of fur. He has a lot of fur, and he's got his tail.
I got a 14.
No, that gemstone is gone. You don't know where it is. All right. So that's what two of our people look like. All right. So I'd like you two to roll me 1d10, the Ulferd and Tiny.
So I'm going to on-screen roll or dice
No, you
roll?
could-
Dice roll.
It's whatever you
I
want.
got a 5.
Got a
Okay.
5?
9.
All right, so you have been here for 5 days. You have been here for 9 days. In that time, you guys have had a chance to look around a bit. Could you help me? I need.
I've been here for 9 days, apparently. Anyway, I interrupted you, please.
Okay. Well, you guys are not alone. You can see on the map actually that there's quite a few people. One person you see is an elderly but kind of stern-looking, but very talkative and kindly Darrow. Right. You've also seen a young red-headed female dwarf. You know, kind of pretty friendly. She's a surface dwarf, not a Draugr or a Duragar. Sorry. She's got a bit of a chip on her shoulder. She don't trust nobody. You've also seen an orc. Whenever you've seen him interacting with anybody, he's kind of a bully. Like, he's the kind of schoolyard bully that will take your lunch money, you know. Hey, my rations. That kind of guy. You've also met a fishman who has an aura of peacefulness to him. We'll say that. Just kind of an airhead peacefulness. You've also met a couple of... So you met a set of twins who, I will put it this way, they both seem like they're on crack, but the girl is... By the way, they are what's called, they're deep notes. The girl seems like she's actually in rehab. The dude just seems like he's totally freaking lost it. I believe this is the guy. Yep, this is the guy. The brother. And this is the sister. So when I say they're acting like they're on crack, they constantly talk to themselves like that kind of, paranoid. You've met another deep gnome who kind of sly, slick, it gives you very salesman kind of vibes, And there's also, so you guys have seen, I'm going to say you all know what a quaggoth is, and for those of you who don't know what a quaggoth is, think of Bigfoot with gray, blue, and a bunch of matted fur, always constantly snarling. One of those is in there with you, but he is at least for a quaggoth, he is uncharacteristically eloquent and kind of nice, and okay, this one is probably my favorite of all the NPCs. A small mushroom creature that's kind of adorable. He keeps trying to talk to people, but nobody seems to want to listen. And finally, a male drow. He kind of keeps to himself, a bit sullen. Yeah, if you have ever tried to talk to him, he's kind of just snarled and looked away.
Busy in here.
Yeah, quite a bit. So if you guys want, if you two want, you can interact for a bit before we move on.
This one would be very interested in talking to all of the individuals here.
All right, I'll give you time to talk to one of the NPCs each, or to each
Okay.
other. Who are you gonna go up to?
I guess he will talk to the little mushroom guy. That seems kind of interesting.
Okay. So the mushroom guy, he comes up to you said you're 6'2". He'd come up to almost your knee, not quite. Just on your shin bone, he's right there. And okay, he doesn't have a face because he's got legs, but he's running into you kind of like a cat trying to get your attention. What do you do?
Tiny would crouch down and ask him, "What can this one do for you?"
So it's basically like he sneezes up, and spores fly onto you, and you start hearing a voice in your head.
This one believes we have been captured.
What captured? Where's my circle? Where?
This one does not know, but one will help you find it if we ever escape.
Are you good, Catman?
This one believes so.
Do a like good Catman. So he, is there anything you want to say to him, or before we move on, or you want to ask him?
How long has the little mushroom been here?
Stool left the circle, and mean elf dark people. It takes Stool and he's kind of sad and depressed.
We'll pat him on the head, throw the top of the mushroom cap, and tell him to stick close.
All right, I want you to roll me a persuasion check.
Okie dokie. Persuasion.
Oh, for the sake of expediency, I'm going to say you two have already interacted and you've gotten to know each other. So it doesn't take up too much. Unless you want to interact with each other. What did you get on your persuasion?
A 14.
14. Let's see on this guy. What does he get? Yeah, no, he's like sticking out. You can't tell because it's just a blank thing, but you could swear the line of the mushroom went up like it's a smile, and he does this sort of like snakish sticking to you thing and gets up and sits on your shoulder.
Okay.
All right. Jay, is there anyone you want to interact with?
Well, who is any? Who was there when I first got there?
They were
9
all
days
here
ago.
They were all here except for Stool here. Oh, and the twins were not there. They were brought in a couple days ago. So after Tiny, but
Okay.
but before Stool.
All right, I'll talk to the other old guy. 'Cause he's talkative. He's probably going to tell me whatever.
Okay, so you go over to him.
I am. Yeah.
All right, let's move you over to him. Oh, you got. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you had.
Sorry. Do you prefer to move?
No. You can move. I didn't know if you knew how. I didn't know how much experience you have with rolls. We had talked about it
Okay.
before.
Okay. Yep. We'll get there.
All right, so you're gonna walk up to the elderly. I believe he's a Darrow. Hold on. He should be a Darrow.
I thought
Yep.
so.
He is a Yep, he is an elderly Darrow, which is kind of like a gnome. Mixed with-
So
What do you-
when I was brought here, do I have any idea what he is or really where I am?
roll me history.
Okay.
If you want to know what he is, you can roll me history. If you want to know where you are, that'd be survival.
Okay. I do one and then the other one.
Yep, one and then the other.
Okay. For history, I've got a 6. Womp womp.
You have never heard of a Darrow before in your life. You didn't even know there were dark gnomes.
I am also fuzzy on where I am. That's a kingly 5 for
What?
survival.
I've fallen. I can't get up.
Yeah, I fall into the center of the earth.
My goodness. Okay, so, you're gonna walk over to this man. You don't know what he is. He comes up to about your waist.
Right.
Uh,
Oh, he's really. Oh, right. No, right.
Can I help you?
So is this conversation happening now? We've just been staring at each other across this cage for 9 days, and now.
No. Yeah, basically. Okay, you know what? Actually, roll me just a straight up charisma check. I want to see if you've talked to him before, and I'll roll his.
Just a straight charisma check.
Yeah, just a straight charisma check. Where's his charisma? There it is.
But I am adding my bonus, my charisma
Yeah,
bonus.
you do add your modifier to it.
Okay. 18.
18. Yeah, yeah, you two have talked here and there, but you've never had like a full conversation.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
You say like, hey, you know.
Another day in hell.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, what was it he just said to me though in this now conversation?
Yes, he just said, "Hey, how's it going?" Like he was sitting with his head down
Mhm.
on his knees, and then he looked up. Hey.
Yeah, because I came over.
Yeah.
Hello. I think perhaps it's time to discuss maybe getting out of here.
That's a good idea. From one old timer to another. Any plans?
No, sorry, okay. I have dark vision. I can see what's going on here, even if it is dark. How dark is it in here?
Pretty goddamn dark.
Okay, underdog, one might think.
Yeah, one might say it's the Underdark.
Um,
But interestingly, even with your dark vision, You
Yeah.
can't see past the gate. So this is as far as you can see. You
Mm,
cannot see past it. Like you're trying to, you know you should be able to, but some kind of force is blocking you from seeing past that. Even if you were like right up to the gate,
right.
you wouldn't be able to see. Because I'm going to say you've tried.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I have
Yep.
a lot else to do. Okay. Well, I would say then. Mm, I, I think if we work together, we might be able to get everyone,
Uh,
and we could get out.
that's an ambitious plan. I've seen it. I've seen it tried before. What makes yours any different? Oh, by
I
the way,
wasn't there.
by the way, what is your name?
Oh, my name is Ulferd.
Hi, Elferd. My name is Bupido.
And he puts out his hand.
In what state is his hand in?
Kind of. It's not. It's well worked, and he's very skinny. Everyone here is malnourished and kind of pale.
Oh,
But-
have we been put to work?
Yeah, you guys have done some menial chores here and there. Like, I'll say this: you get a working duty every day, and how do I put this? Sometimes they have you doing shit that's just demeaning, like stacking rocks, kicking it over, and make you stack them again. Or they might have you cleaning a latrine or something. Most of the work you've been doing here is at the Drow's Bemusement.
But it's been outside of the cage.
Yes, every day you've been taken outside of the cage. I want to get to Flea here soon, so
Okay.
let's just get back to the conversation real quick.
Right.
So after shaking your hand and you see that it's well worked and he's old too,
Mm-hmm.
but he has a very strong grip. You know, you don't expect that kind of a grip from someone who's, what you can tell, about as old as you are, and very small.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you come up with a better plan than we all work together, we'll talk.
All right. Thank you. We will do so.
No problem. Your name was Ulferd?
Mhm.
I'm not actually coughing. That's just him.
Nice.
He eyes you up and down and then salutes you off, basically. So, with that, I'm gonna say we're gonna cut over to dusk. So you were put into the box, and it's been a long carriage ride. As far as you can tell, the box has not opened. Somebody has slid water and occasionally food through there, but it's barely anything. You're not sure how long it's been, because again, the box hasn't been open. You can't see daylight, but you know it must have been days. Finally, you feel the chest taken off whatever it's on that you suppose is a carriage, and plop down on the ground. Boom! And it kind of hurts. I'm not gonna roll damage for you or anything. But the chest opens, and you're greeted with some hand crossbows and blow dart guns.
As soon as the chest opens, I'm out.
What are you doing? You're just gonna try to sprint out?
Well, as we discussed, as soon as I heard the door,
The lock?
as soon as the door opens, they see a fucking badger.
You're still manacled, and you still have the. Oh, I forgot to say this. Everyone is a slave collar on, and they're manacled, and your manacles are kind of. They only come up to here, but you are like chained to your belt, and your
Gotcha.
feet are. They shrink when you go into badger size.
Find that difficult to believe, but okay.
Fucking
Still
with you.
gonna
No,
jump out.
they don't actually do that. You
Yeah.
jump. Okay, so it's a badger. You jump out. All right. You are. I
Fucking
need
goes
you to
straight
make me a dex save.
Yep. Let's see. That's 15. Fairly good.
He hits.
Fuck.
He hits.
Okay.
He hits.
Okay.
She hits.
Did I at least land on someone?
He hits.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you landed on one guy who then took you through you.
oh,
And before all of the poison darts hit you and you started to lose consciousness, you saw one drow in particular looking very pompous and arrogant, and he has this dark black rod that he then waved and slime threw at you, and then everything went dark.
okay. Well, it was worth a try. Am I dead?
You're not. No, you're not dead.
Cool.
You are unconscious. In fact, I need you now that you're unconscious, and you're not in the slave pen. I need you to roll me a charisma save.
Okay. What can you do with a 12?
12? A 12? You start to have this weird in and out dream of and that really was me coughing that time.
Your body doesn't want you to do what you're about to do to me.
Phrasing. Anyway, moving on. What you see is this void. It's a black void with somehow one part of the void has this crack that's a little grayer and darker than the rest of it. And you start to see, it's hard to describe, but so the grayer, darker part starts to become tentacly. And all around you becomes humid and sticky, and it's very, very uncomfortable. And the tentacles reach for you. Never quite fully touching you, but tickling your feet. Like they're trying to get up to you, but they just can't wrap around your feet and legs. And on that note, we're going to cut back to everyone else while she's having this dream.
No.
I was so
Well,
hoping that someone would make that happen.
Not the tentacles. So, the thing about druid forms is once you're knocked unconscious, you revert back into your normal state.
Yep.
So everyone sees this badger attempt an assault.
You're not. I would say this: you weren't in the slave pen when they opened up the thing. That nobody has seen you from Badger to yourself yet,
Okay.
but they're about to. So we're gonna cut back to everyone else for now. You guys are having, one of you is talking to the mushroom. One of you just finished a conversation with the elderly Darrow. You don't know what a Darrow is, apparently. And you begin to hear coming out. You've heard this sound before. You hear a commotion, a hissing, and the hissing and the chittering gets louder in the background. The growls in the cave next to you, the snarling gets louder. Footsteps, like you hear various footsteps coming closer, and you recognize this sound. You recognize the sound of a new prisoner being brought to the pen. The clank of the armor, the growls of the Quaggoth sounding more and more aggressive. And after a few minutes, into the light steps a regal-looking drow. This guy just emits, "I am an asshole, but you have to deal with me, so screw you." You see this, you recognize this man. This man's name is or he is a drow, obviously. You recognize him as Shor Vendir, the basically like the second in command of this entire area. He is carrying a goblin. Flea, what do you look like?
Fucking goblin. You see a very small, about 3 feet tall, horizontal, because I'm big ears, green skin, long brown hair that's in 2 little pigtails, and there are flowers all through the hair.
Oh, very cute. The flowers would be dead and crumbled by now because you spent a while in
Nope,
there.
Druidcraft, bitch. I make them every day.
So how does
always
the
new.
so the metal was reattached to you? How does that affect you? I'm wondering. You're
Bad
still
vibe, but I don't think it affects me.
you
Terrible.
need to. Okay. So you see Shore, this pompous-looking asshole, carrying a goblin, well, basically dragging said goblin on the ground.
Or making somebody else do it.
Yeah, pretty much. He's made one of his entourage. So there are 2 other drow dressed very similarly to him. Black plate leather and plate armor. They all have like a hand crossbow, 2 swords on their backs, and one of them is dragging Flea's character, the goblin. And then they come into the light. Shore, the head of all this, snaps his fingers, and the door opens, and in rushes the Quaggoths, snarling and growling, getting everyone away from the center. And then Shore looks, in his pompous way, looks back over his shoulder at one of his underlings, snaps his fingers again. The underling takes and throws, well, basically yeets her character in there. And then the Quaggoths back out slowly. And with that, the procession then turns on their heels, following Shore's lead, and leaves.
She got thrown right down in the dirt.
Yeah, she just got yeeted in there.
I'll come over and attempt anyway to help her up.
Okay. I'm gonna say now that you're in the cave or in the pen, you wake up. You're groggy and you just had that really messed up dream, but you are now awake.
Hello?
Rat.
You turn into a rat.
Yep.
While
and then I run to the corner.
Nope.
No?
You try to turn into a rat, and you partially transform, and then go back to just being a goblin.
I hide.
You're gonna try to hide?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you gonna hide in? This is about a 2-foot deep pit, but that's where everyone shits and pisses.
I hide in the pit.
You're gonna jump in the. So
Make some flowers first.
The fishman next to you says, "You know, I've never seen anyone jump in there before."
Yeah, I'm not helping her out of that. That's a choice made.
Honey would approach. I'm terrible with names. Jay's character.
Okay.
Yes, Honey would say that one is a strange being.
I think she's just scared. Come on out. You're okay.
Roll a persuasion check.
Roll. You 2 roll persuasion. You roll insight.
Hey, that
17.
persuasion. 15.
24.
18.
She ain't coming out. She's like glued into the shit. I do need you to roll me a Constitution save because you are in there and it smells terrible.
Feel about a 3.
I feel like you just lost 2 points of suffocation damage.
Okay, I'm coming out.
As you choke on the vileness of all these different creatures' excrements. You come out. You smell
come out, and
amazing.
I'm trying to make it seem like I'm coming out because I want to, and not because
Roll deception.
I'm done.
Roll deception.
Natural 20.
My choice.
You have never seen someone covered in shit look prouder, guys.
Fucking asshole. Okay.
Is that
I'm
dice
out.
going in dice jail? All right.
Not yet. I hope you know I have very sharp teeth. I will not be made a meal.
No one here is going to eat you.
So the fish man next to you, he's like in a meditative. He opens one eye when you said that. He speaks a language. Does anyone here speak Undercommon?
No.
Nope.
No. So he says something. It sounds like whispers and mutters, like, trying to think of a good example of what Undercommon would sound like.
To be honest, I've always thought of Undercommon as like New Jersey.
Hey, yo! Look, I've been there, you know, on 24, this... Yeah, no, that's not what it sounds like. Alright, so... This man, he keeps his eyes closed, keeps in his meditative state right next to you, but... roll me an insight check real quick.
25.
That man insulted you.
I would reply, but I'm covered in shit. So, probably don't have a leg to stand on. Dusk is going to step out of the poop. Actually, she's going to step closer to the boys so that they really sense the situation and say, "Hello! Where am I?"
Is it possible to resist the scenting? I need to roll.
No, you don't need to roll con. The reason why she had to is because she was in the toilet.
Yeah.
She jumped. I want to say she jumped into it. She was at the center of it.
There's a hole in the porta potty, and she went through the hole.
Yep. So, could you guys roll? What is your? Could you guys roll me perception, please?
16.
What do you guys get?
I got a 1.
I got a 21.
Wait, you got a natural one?
Got a natural 1.
Oh no.
Plus
Zach's
2.
gonna do a bad thing to you. No, it doesn't matter, babe.
That is
One's
a natural.
one.
Natural one's natural one, buddy.
And now
Sorry.
he's gonna roll to see what he does to
Oh,
you.
I'm so close to the hole.
Really are. And you just
What a
gave me
bad
the.
place to fumble.
You just gave me an idea too. Had you not said anything, I wasn't gonna do this.
That's the mark of a good player. Here's how you can hurt me.
So this guy comes from behind and pushes you. I need you to roll me a dex check.
Yeah, that's gonna work out. Let's see. Oh.
Or no, a dex save. Sorry, dex save.
Okay. Dex save. Okay, that's 17.
17. Let's see. Versus this guy.
Maybe.
So that's versus his strength. Let's see what
he's
he.
big.
Yeah, and he's very strong.
Is he though?
He really is.
He's been worked really hard today.
You guys haven't worked yet. He got a 19, so yep, he pushes you right in, and you land face first into the shit.
Dusk jumps on the orc's face and bites him.
Roll me at roll me an unarmed strike, or you know what, grapple check, strength. So this would be strength versus strength.
I
Or
would
do you-
argue it's an unarmed strike.
You're grabbing onto him. You are grappling his face. That is a
Yes.
grapple check.
With teeth.
The
With
teeth will be an attack after you've grappled him. First, you have to see if you get his face.
That's a natural 19.
All right. Nice. You beat him, so you're able to grapple his face. Roll me an unarmed strike.
That's a natural 1.
Instead of you biting him, he bites you.
Bite him again.
Nah, you let go when he bites you.
Because not.
He gives you 3 points of piercing damage and rips you off of him. Run, don't like little green thing. And throws you to the ground.
I kick his. I headbutt him right in the balls.
Tiny would like to intercede here if possible.
Sure. What are you gonna do, Tiny?
Tiny will grab the goblin by the back of. I'm assuming she's
Not
wearing
before
some
I
kind of
headbutt
shift.
him in the ball. That's a natural 20.
You kick him in the dick for crit damage. Nice.
Both at the same
Now I'd
time.
like to add a Fury of the Small, which adds 2 points of damage to my attack.
You know, I've never heard of anyone dying from being kicked in the dick before, but let's see.
Oh no, you have! I've done it before in the Star Wars campaign.
You didn't kill him.
I did kill him.
You killed him?
He died.
I forget about
Dead.
that. You know what? We'll get back to that. We'll talk about that later. However, you kick him in the dick for how much?
2 points.
2 points plus Fury of the Small?
No, it's 2 points total. I have a -2 for my strength, so I don't actually do any damage when I do an unarmed strike. But with
At
Fury
least-
of the Small, I
and
get
then
2.
and then you get, it's a crit, so it's doubled to 4.
Yeah.
So
We just upgrade the caressing to actual damage.
let's see about this.
Now you may pick me up, Tiny. Just pick it up from the back of the shoulder, trying very
I don't
hard
want
not
to.
to.
Scruff
Pick me up
you.
like-
Like Mama Cat. Ron don't like tiny green thing.
Tiny green thing don't like you!
This one suggests, Runt, that you just leave the tiny green thing alone.
Catman talk, buddy.
This one
Like,
talks
I
as
can't do
one's
magic.
people talk.
You're so lucky! I'd fuck you up!
Can I also roll to not drown?
I was actually gonna have you roll while you're head first in the shit. Thank you for reminding me. Roll me a con save.
This is the weirdest set of notes I've ever taken.
Con save. That's only a 5.
But yeah, no, you take 4 points of suffocation damage
And how?
as you pull your head up from.
Yeah.
So, Tiny, you stand up to Ront. He looks at you like he's gonna do something, and then backs off, and goes back to his corner.
That's a
I think I've
smart.
said
This
everything
one
I had to
thinks you
say.
made a smart decision,
He flips you off.
and Tiny ignores him. And Tiny will then set the little green goblin down and help Jay up.
All right, so you help Ulfair it up. You need to roll me a cons. You need to roll me a con save.
Okay. 5. Oh wait, hold on. Let me check my score.
Pretty sure it's gonna be.
It's a 6.
Yeah.
You take 1
This
point of
one.
suffocation damage. This just smells amazing, like terrific.
This one needs a bath.
You haven't smelt anything this amazing since your last hairball.
Dusk is going to try and produce a flower in her hand.
What are you casting?
Druidcraft.
I need you to roll me an Arcana. 10. Okay. Let's see about this field here. Okay, so you start to cast it and you can feel yourself, you can feel nature working for you, but something is blocking it. Like you can see in your mind's eye, you can see that flower. It's as if the walls around you are pulling your magic away whenever you try to pull it together.
I'm going to try. Control probably wouldn't be lucky. Dusk is going to go up to the bars.
Okay.
He's going to walk around Tiny. Go over to the bars. Could I squeeze through?
Oh, by the way, you still have stool on here. No, it's too. The gaps are like maybe an inch in the bars. So the width of my hand is how far apart these bars are. And also, roll me a dex save. Did you get close to those bars?
17?
Okay, what's your AC?
None of your business. It's 12.
Okay, so I'll go with your dex save. An arrow. You see something and manage to duck out of the way just in time, and it lands right behind you. And then you see another arrow land here.
An arrow just fell behind me.
Yeah, it landed behind you.
I pick it up. Hide it behind my back.
Roll me a sleight of hand. And this is a great time to actually have you guys roll. I need you to roll me. Do you remember your scores from your D10 1d10 days?
Yeah.
All right. I need you to add that. I need you to roll a d20 and add that score to that d20. To whatever you get for the d20, let me know what it is.
I got a 21 for my sleight of hand.
11 is my number.
All right. And you got 10 before or
9.
9? So your total is 11, or you just rolled an 11?
Total 11. I rolled
Oh, okay.
2.
An 11. So since you've been here, you've been able to find 1 gold coin. You don't know what what country it's for. You can assume it's like the Drows. It's some form of currency because it has a spider imprinted on the coin. It's made of pure. It's a real gold coin. But that's what you have. And Flea, I'm not gonna say what, but for now you successfully pocketed that crossbow bolt. What'd you get there, Hylius or Tiny? You're muted. You are muted, buddy.
Is that better?
Yes.
I rolled a 5 on the D10 and I just rolled a 15 on the D20. So 20 total.
20? Ooh, that's pretty good. So, I'm gonna let you actually know that's... So... You found a very nice looking... I mean, it's flawed, it has some scratches, it could be buffed out. But you found a really nice looking gemstone. It's almost like a ruby, but not quite bright enough. But yeah, that's what you, eyeing it. You don't know how much it's worth, but it looks like it's worth something.
Just gonna back away from the bars and go and stand with Tiny and Ulfred. Ulfred?
Ulfared?
Ulfred.
Yeah. Can I
And
climb
she's
out of
gonna
this
say-
hole?
Yeah, you probably should, mate.
I've
Hello.
forgotten. Yeah, you can climb out of the hole. I recommend getting out of the hole.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
sorry
meta.
for the inconvenience. My name is Dusk.
Oh, by the way, the Catman has this mushroom dude on his shoulder, just kind of hanging out there.
Ooh. Hello.
In your head, Tiny, you hear. Can't. I forget the voice I gave Stool. Can Stool spore her? It's the only way people hear me.
This one doesn't see why not.
You get a sneeze of spores in your face, and you hear "hello" in your head.
Hello.
Do you know where Stool Circle is?
I haven't seen any circles today. I have a friend that you might be able to help, but I don't think I'd be able to get a hold of them right now. Maybe later. What's
Okay.
your name?
I'm Stool. Who are you talking to right now?
I'm talking to Stool, but I imagine I'm also talking to these two.
Okay. My name's Stool.
Nice to meet you.
And is she talking in her head or is she talking spore? Can I understand?
No, you can hear her, but you can't hear Stool.
Okay, okay. Hello,
Yep.
Dusk. My name's Ulfared. I won't say welcome to this place.
What is?
Uh,
What is? Sorry, what's your name? What's your name?
Tiny, with his eyes downcast, not making eye contact with the little green goblin, will very softly say this one's name is Tiny Thunderous Blizzard.
Nice to meet you, Tiny Thunderous Blizzard. Hey, where am I?
So, we are coming up on the break, guys. What were you saying, Flea, by the way?
I was just asking where I am.
Roll. You already rolled earlier. You have no idea. Tiny, you can roll survival to try to figure it out.
Natural
Awesome.
20.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice. So, you know that you are in the Underdark. You know that you are in a stronghold, and you seem to have heard the name from the drow that are all around here. The word Velkanelv. But we're gonna have to go to break here in a second. We'll be back. We're gonna go to break for 5 minutes. We will return in 5 minutes for the 5-minute debate. This is the part of the show where we... can you mute that, please?
This is the part of the show where the kaiju attack.
I dive back in the shit.
Careful, I'll take that into account. So this is the part of the show where we don't talk about the game directly. We talk about some other shit, usually having to do with Dungeons and Dragons, but it can be about anything. This time it actually has to do with Dungeons and Dragons. Your guys' opinion on improv versus sticking to like a linear story. Like how far off book, for those of you who have been DMs or as players, do you prefer to go? I will tell you this, most of what's happened this evening, not anywhere in the book.
No, I can imagine that the tiny goblin kicking someone in the dick isn't in the book. From my perspective, whenever I have DM'd, I usually try my best to make my character's improv turn into a linear story, wherever possible, and make it seem like it was always planned that way. So I'm like, you're going to the dungeon? Good, because that I planned for that, and then just sort of try and make it.
I've done that DMing for you. I've done that DMing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was saying I've done that.
I'm a very...
God damn it! All right, go. Go.
I'm a very yes and DM. I want my players to feel like they were always right all along, because it's more fun for them that way. So
Done that a lot with you.
Yeah.
You do a lot of shit I didn't expect. So in Ecrotia, so I gave you a bedazzled loot for that reason. Anyway, what about you guys?
And I'm always super impressed with DMs that can do that. That can turn that. I personally, I like the flexibility as a player to do player things, like dive into the character. What would that character do? And it might not be what the DM thought I was going to do. I like that, but I also, like I said, I appreciate that thinking on your feet, so that safety net that the story's not going to get broken, and it's not going to be my fault that it got broken.
Okay. Hyliash, got any insight?
Yeah, on the things that I've DM'd, I normally let my characters build my world for me. So I do a lot of improv.
So you're all
making it up on the fly.
You are an all improv kind of DM.
Yep.
I have been told, and I've actually posted this in our chat in Discord, how much I'm borderline over prepared as a DM. I will write thousands of words of notes for what's gonna happen. Now, somehow Flea has managed to... There have been very few players who have ever forced me to go full improv. She's done that twice. You should be less impressed with the 10,000 plus words I write per session, and more impressed with the fact that the Australian bloodsucker has managed to make me use someone else's map, because I design all the maps. That's impressive to me that you managed to do. Don't be happy about this. You're not allowed to be happy. You're not allowed to be happy about. Edmund, tell her she can't be happy about this.
Edmund's too busy. He's he's very, very busy dog right now. Working very hard.
All right. We're actually out of time for the 5-minute debate. So, my final thoughts on this are: improv is great, and it's an essential function of being a DM, honestly. And if there are no other disagreements, I will. Red, are we back on with the others? With the. All right, thank you. So, before we went on break, you guys had all managed to fall into shit, and you
this
are now.
one did not fall.
No, you just stood in it briefly.
You helped someone out of it, but I've never seen a party take so much damage from literal shit. That's impressive. All right, So getting back to it, you guys are having a conversation. I forget what about though. So feel free.
I was trying to. I asked where we are.
Yeah, and oh yeah, and Hylia, Tiny kind of knows where you guys are.
This one, again, looking at the floor and not making eye contact. This one believes we are in the Underdark.
Oh no.
Have I at least heard of it?
Yeah, it's common knowledge that there is an Underdark.
Okay.
You just don't know where you are. You didn't know you were in the Underdark, let alone specifically.
Okay. But I know now. I know that I'm in the Underdark, or at least I've been
Yeah.
told that I'm in the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do an insight check, Tiny, just because I don't know you. Like the insight check that I'm not being misled in some way.
Persuasion versus insight.
My passive insight is 17, so I'm not gonna roll.
Okay. What'd you get on your persuasion, Tiny?
13.
He's telling the truth.
Okay. And my 4 could not penetrate.
You make hide nor pretty fluffy cat man.
Yep. Okay. Well.
Dusk is gonna look down at her hands that are covered in shit, and she's gonna sort of look around to everyone and say,
Is any? Oh, never mind. I was gonna ask if anyone knows prestidigitation, but oh.
Okay, so when you look around like that, this guy, he walks over from behind you. He's not sneaking up on you, so it's not a stealth thing.
Hello.
Yeah, so everyone else here has spoken kind of broken common. This guy, he comes up speaking perfectly. I mean, he's got a thick accent. He comes over and says, "Are you looking for some water?"
That would be very helpful, but I don't want to take anything that you might need to drink.
That's fine. I have for a gold, I'd give you a little bit of water.
I don't have any gold.
All right, pleasure doing business with you.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Does anyone else here? It seems like you could use some water.
How much
Dusk
water are
starts
we
taking off
talking
her
about?
clothes.
Just say what?
Dusk starts taking off her clothes.
You're just gonna get butt naked?
Better than being covered in shit, motherfucker.
You're still covered in shit, like on your skin.
Yeah, but now I can use the underside of my dress to wipe it off. Because the underside is probably
All right. There is now a butt-ass green naked goblin right there. Everyone in the cage is staring at you.
Tiny is not. Tiny has done an about face and is giving her the maximum amount of privacy.
Tiny is such a good boy.
Tiny good boy. I just want to pet him.
So I'm going to ask the salesman, like, how much water are we talking here?
I mean, depends how much you need and how much you have. For a gold, half bucket.
I will make that exchange.
All right, you give
This
him a
one-
gold.
Yep. I'll give him that gold piece, and then I will
Take the-
clean up.
All right, he takes the gold piece and then he goes over to this rock pile over here. Moves a bunch of rocks out of the way. He's like looking around. In fact, let's see if he. Yeah, he's good. He shifts a bunch of rocks around and keeping trying to block your view.
Yeah.
From seeing where what he's exactly doing. He pulls out a bucket of water. Brings it back to you. Half bucket.
Sorry, I was gonna ask Tiny,
what do we do here? Do we just like stand around?
Tiny, definitely still staring at the floor, mumbles something about this one has had to do menial, pointless, degrading, boring tasks.
Yes, they put you to work.
On that note, everyone, you start to hear that snarling and growling and all those sounds from before. Like somebody's coming. You know, you hear the clink of armor. The chittering gets louder. You hear metal and footsteps.
Before they get there, Tiny would like to ask this salesman,
Oh, he's gone.
what other... Oh, dang it.
He hears that noise and he gets over to his corner.
But I'm cleaning as fast as I can.
Jewel actually hops off your shoulder and goes and tries to hide.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna go with Stool. We're gonna hide together. Bye, bitch.
Okay.
Ah!
You're gonna hide in the rocks?
Yes.
Alright. Anybody else?
Tiny would ask, Wolf. Butchering the name. It is
It's cool.
Ulferd.
Yeah.
If he could borrow a little of his water.
Do you want it unsullied? I don't know how sullied it was when I got it.
It's pretty clean.
Sorry.
Yes, Tiny would just take a relatively small cupped handful and just kind of...
I'm gonna need you to roll me. Let's see what would be a good roll for this, actually. Because you're in limited time.
Dex?
Sleight of hand.
Acrobatics.
Because you're
Stealth.
dodging poop. Because I've already started washing. I am going as fast as I can.
You know what? Roll me stealth. Or
Me?
actually, no, you're not. No. Actually, you're not trying to do it. You don't know what's happening, so not stealth. You know what? Just go ahead and start cleaning yourself up. You start cleaning
Okay.
yourself up. And you two are still standing next to each other? That's terrific. As you're cleaning yourselves off, let me find her token. Alright, first, you see two drow warriors. You could swear the same ones from before. Followed by that one asshole guy who commanded them to throw in, well actually no, he would come after. So, there's a really scarred up drow who comes over. His face is... He looks like he'd be very, very handsome, but his face is messed up. Let me see about finding his thing real quick. Because this is important what he looks like. Where are you, sir? Sure. No, it's not sure. Jorlin. Okay. This is him?
Oh,
He's still very handsome.
Yeah, but he's like scarred up and shit. Oh, and I forgot to show you the other guy from before. I apologize.
he's a rugged hand.
That's the asshole from before.
He does look like an asshole.
He is an asshole.
He looks like a dark elf Lucius Malfoy.
That is actually a very apt way to describe that man. Dark elf Lucius Malfoy. I love it. All right. With him, is the asshole comes shortly after, along with a very young, pretty drow woman. I'll show you her.
Oh, she's evil.
And following them,
Look at those heels.
flanked by another two drow warriors who are actually dressed. Their armor looks more ceremonial. It's more red, and has more like webbing to it. Those two flank her, and she's also flanked by. She's also flanked by 2 of the Quaggoths. And she has this big rod staff and uses it. She taps the gate, it opens. Like, it seems like there's this crack of magic that almost feels evil. And the door swings open when she taps it. She enters. She sees you 2 over here. And Tiny, I need you to make me a dex save.
A save?
Yes, a save.
There's no hope for me at all.
21.
21. Okay. So you'll take half of this. You take 5 points of basically bludgeoning damage as a web is shot from her rod at you, and you land over here on the other side of the shit. He looks at.
She will also see a pile of goblin clothes on the ground.
Let's see if she notices those. Just to be. I mean, she's like. She moves them out of the way. Like, this woman radiates the same even more arrogance than the asshole dude. But she looks like. You 2 know who she is, the 2, Tiny and Ulferd. This is Mistress Ilvara.
I might be getting ready to do something stupid.
Lean into
I
that
thought it was-
impulse, my friend.
Yeah. And she looks at Ulferd. Just this blank look, and then nods to the wall.
Nods to the wall.
Yeah. Do you not roll insight on that?
I thought Asha was the one with the thing. Sorry, with the rod. Inside, man. I'm gonna have to switch to online dice or something. Sorry, what am I rolling? Insight?
Yeah.
7.
I'll give it to you. She's basically motioning for you to go to the wall. And I will say this, since you're curious about it. All the higher ranking drows have some kind of rod. Hers is more. This woman's is, or Ilvara's is more like a staff, but it's still considered a rod.
How big is
and
her rod?
What?
How big is her rod?
9
Don't
to 11
laugh,
inches.
it's an actual question.
It's about like chest height.
right? I'm at a wall. Am I relatively sure that I'm gonna get whipped here?
She's gonna hit you with the big rod. And then after
she-
that, it's anyone's turn.
She says to everyone. Let me pull up her spiel here. She looks over everyone with like this pure hatred in her eyes is the best way I can describe it. And she looks at all of you. Where is her thing? Accept your fate. Learn obedience. She looks directly at Tiny. And you might survive. With that, she turns on her heel and sniffing her nose up, ugh, she leaves. Why is it? My thing is doing really weird things right now. Ah, there we go. And the rest of the procession follows suit. except for these two drow warriors. They stay. Would you guys roll me perception real quick?
They came in here just for that.
That's cool.
Yes, natural 20.
Me
I
too.
also got a natural 20.
No way.
All three of us.
On the one check of the night that doesn't mean shit.
Oh, well.
Okay, well,
Yes.
it might mean something to you. It might mean something. Your background is like perfectly making it like it like green screens your dice. But I believe you guys. So what you noticed is the younger woman. Wasn't gonna say her name yet, but Asha is her name. She was, well, not her. The scarred up drow guy. He looked at the other drow with the worst hatred you've ever seen. Like, he does not like the scarred up drow guy. Does not like the other Lucius, the drow, dark elf Lucius.
Just him or all of them?
Like, all of them don't like each other, but the scarred up guy especially doesn't like the other guy.
Okay.
Like, he was.
Drow hates Lucius Malfoy. Got it.
Is that your actual note?
Yeah, man. This God Drow hates Lucius Malfoy.
We'll call him Harry from now.
Sure, you call him Harry. All right.
Okay, so they're gone.
Except for these two.
Are they doing anything?
They're watching you.
Is the
But-
door open?
Nope, it was closed behind her.
Dusk gets out from behind the rocks, still fully nude. Walks over to the doors and says,
Excuse me. Hello. My name is Dust. As you can see, it has been a difficult day.
They look at you up and down. They speak to each other. Do you speak Elfish?
Bloody right I do. One of my mothers was half elf.
All right then. So, one of them says, "Why does it speak to us?" I don't know. It seems slightly intelligent.
Dusk is going to hear that and respond in Elvish.
Thank you. It's very kind of you.
Why are you naked?
I fell in shit.
A fate befitting of one like you.
That's a little bit hurtful. I don't suppose there are any clothes that I can use to cover the fact that I am naked. Since apparently it's giving people trouble.
So one of the drow bangs on the cage. Back away, slave.
Doesn't flinch. I'm not flinching.
Oh, you have an attitude. Okay. So the drow that banged on the cage, and you're like, are you like death staring him right now?
I'm just
You're just
smiling
being-
vacantly.
Okay.
Pleasantly
So it-
waiting, but also very clearly not backing down.
Okay, I'm getting notification here that the volume on the stream is low.
Should I be turning up something?
No, just saying it for the editor. Red, can you turn up the volume on the stream? Oh,
Thank you, Red.
thank you. Alright, Flea, I swear this is not a personal thing against you. This is just what's happening. So the guy that you don't react to, he goes into the darkness. And the other one has like this shit-eating evil grin on his face now.
Smile back.
As you do. this thing comes in on a leash.
Okay, fuck you. But also,
Hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you what it looks like.
no, I'm pretty
Oh.
sure I know what it looks like.
And
I
it's that
think,
big.
yeah, it's that big. That is not me being a dick.
Yeah.
I will show this
Well,
to you.
I don't like it, but Dusk is chill as fuck.
Dusk is chill.
Dusk is chill.
It's snarling. Well, it's not snarling. It's chittering.
Hi. Hello.
It says nothing. It's just looking at you with all 8 eyes. Here, those tiny little beady spider eyes, fangs.
So this is like a
Open
giant
to-
spider, right?
Yeah, this is a giant spider.
Nice. You know why I asked that?
Why?
Because druids can only turn into animals they've seen.
Yeah,
So you just put an arrow in my quiver, DM.
I don't. Hey, it's part of playing a druid.
I'll see you in a few games. In the meantime, Dusk is just going to stand there and be like,
That's very cute. What's your name?
This one would like to try and grab Dusk and pull her back
Dusk is
from the
still
gate.
buck ass naked, just so we're clear.
Tiny's got his eyes closed,
Okay, I need you to.
or he's staring at the ground, so he can only see
You're
your
not
little green
looking.
goblin feet.
I mean, you'd see her green goblin ass too if you're trying to grab her.
He's trying to grab
Remember-
her shoulders. Nowhere else.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You grab her shoulder, and you're trying to pull her back.
Oh, I want to talk to the spider. Hi.
She gets closer.
Hi.
No. This one thinks they will let it eat you.
Oh, it wouldn't eat me. Look
This
at
one
me,
would
I'm
rather
all
not
small
find out.
alone. What's your name?
She says in Elvish to the elf that's holding the spider.
Oh, you're either very brave or very stupid.
Thank you.
While their attention is focused on her, I'd like to get up close to this dwarf.
The
Right?
dwarf.
She's-
Yeah, she's a dwarf.
Yeah. And
Use this. Use it. Good.
yeah, and just suggest if things start to go down here. Okay. I'll try and pitch it. Like, if something happens here, this is an opportunity. Are you
I've
with
been
me?
watching. I've been watching you for days. If you can get us away from these Underdark. Why can I not do a Scottish accent right now?
Because you're Irish and it's physically impossible.
And
You
just
know what?
came
I'm
out
doing.
of Eastern
Fuck it, I'm doing an
Europe.
Irish accent. Yeah. I've been watching you for days, and if you can get us away from these Underdarklings, and she says Underdarklings with like spite in her voice, and I'll follow you wherever. Do you know where we can get our stuff back?
Damn, Silver Fox, you're bringing it in.
I don't, but I'm glad we can count on you. Hang on.
Dusk tries to put her hand through the bars.
Tiny jerks her back away from the gate.
Okay. Need a couple of rolls here. What's your what is your AC again, Dusk? 12?
Well,
Alright. You are intentionally putting your hand out to a giant spider. That's amazing. I want you to roll me handle animal.
okie dokie. Animal handling. Ooh.
At disadvantage.
Oh. Well, that's a natural 20.
That's 2 natural 20s! I'm not lying. I'm
I
not
hate
lying.
you. I hate you.
It happened. It happened. I don't know if you can see it. But there it is. I don't know if you can see it. It's right
It's
here.
off. It's off camera.
Is this it?
What? There you go.
Yeah. So that's 20 plus my animal handling, which is 5. That's 25. So I think this spider is now my best friend. Why have you got all the books? Why? Oh, hi, baby.
You're making me write new script.
Hi, baby. Oh. Yes, Mommy just rolled a very high number, yes.
Wasn't this chapter called Best Buds?
This chapter.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. I hate the fact that I have to do this. Now, I'm gonna go above. I don't usually metagame in these all that often, but I want to say something.
You want to say fuck you, Jeff? Yeah, I get it.
No. What I want to say is I am impressed, Jesse. I have written every possibility I thought possible. You still haven't gone outside of it, but you've made me go to plan G with this.
Oh, okay.
I want everyone, everyone in the chat as well, I want you to give a big round of applause to Flea, because that's fucking impressive.
Is this the golf clap or is this a real one?
No, this is a real clap. This is impressive. That's like, give me a second, guys. I gotta kill this mosquito. It's bothering me for the last 20 minutes. All right, back to the game. You stick your hand out.
Hello.
It nuzzles your fucking hands.
It's so friendly.
I want you, They're looking at you astonished.
It's got the little
He
thingies.
is astonished.
Does it have the little thingies?
Yeah, it has the little thingy said.
Are
You're
they
actually.
fluffy?
Are they what?
Are they fluffy?
They are They're like giant tarantulas.
Nice.
It feels like. I want you to remember, Flea. You are petting a spider.
I, Flea, am very upset about that, but I'm not playing right now. I'm playing Dusk. She's
From one arachnid to another. Fleas are arachnids.
Hey.
Okay, so all you guys are watching as this goblin is now petting a fucking giant spider. The drow are looking at each other. What the fuck?
I'm a very nice pet.
They leave. They bring the spider with them. They leave.
Aw. They seemed like assholes.
Oh, they left.
Yeah, they left.
You were hoping they would feed me to that thing and open the door, weren't you?
Part B, not part A. But yes, I was hoping that door was going to open.
I'm sorry I fucked up your plan.
No, I know the
Maybe
plan
next
G.
time.
Ah!
I'm sure that Zach will think of something else to feed me to. But today, I live! Hey, baby.
You continue. So that just happened. Fucking
No,
two
what
natural 20s on a
When did they
disadvantage.
feed- When did they feed us?
She says to Tiny.
All right, I want to head over and talk to that in case they do come back. I'm going to attempt to start recruiting other people in here.
You're just gonna try to go from everyone and try to recruit them?
Yeah.
Did
Okay.
you ask when they feed us?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You're
who
s-
can feed
This
us?
one does not know.
Okay, so where are you
Wherever they
going?
please.
I'll cede the floor to Ulfair. What are you up to, Ulfair?
Alright, so you went over to the you went over to the drow guy.
Yes.
What do you say to him? He's doing that typical, edgelord thing where he's got his head down,
Yeah.
hairs in front of his face.
Yeah. I know you don't want to talk, but you cannot enjoy being in here. There's an opportunity to escape. We all work together.
What language are you speaking right now?
I don't know. I'm probably speaking common. No, wait a second. I would probably lean
He's a
more
drow.
Elvish. Okay,
you're speaking Elvish?
yes, as a
Okay.
way of maybe breaking through that barrier.
I want you. He looks at you up and down. Roll me persuasion at disadvantage.
So you want me to roll persuasion twice?
Yeah. Persuasion twice, take the lowest roll.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to roll it computer-y.
19 plus.
Is something okay?
Failed.
Okay, what'd you get?
It's in the chat. I almost pulled a flea. I got a 20.
30 or nat?
And it was a 12. The disadvantage dice was a
Oh
12.
right, sorry, disadvantage. Yes, no, 12.
Yeah.
12.
He says to you, "You're not worth my time. Anything you come up with, doomed to fail."
Oh. I'm interested
you
in
come
what
up with
you can
anything?
come up
Okay, what? Okay, what?
No, it's okay. I'm gonna shut up.
with.
Natural 20, 2 natural 20s on a disadvantage roll.
I'm gonna shut up.
Okay, well I'm gonna ask him. I'm interested in what you can come up with. I think you know more about this place than me.
I am resigned to what has become of me here.
I am going to embark on actually putting because he's not really paying attention as far as I can tell. Putting my hand on his shoulder and tell him there is always light in the dark.
Oh, you're gonna touch him.
That's right.
Okay, roll me a. What's your AC?
11.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand.
Is that correct? Because you took all my stuff away, right?
Yeah. That would be correct. What you have without your armor.
Okay.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll me sleight of hand.
Ooh, computer wise. 18.
Okay. You put your hand on his shoulder. He looks at you. His eyes flash literal red. Usually Drow's eyes are like gray or black or something. His eyes flash bright red as he tries to bite your hands. And you pull it away at the last second.
Woo!
You can actually see when that happens. Actually, what's your passive perception? Is
Passive 12.
12?
Yep.
Let's see yeah. You can see like when he does that, something you can't tell what it is, but something in his ear moves.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I am before I depart though. I will say to him, "That's the kind of spirit you need."
He growls at you.
That's cool. Not unexpected. All right, and I think next, because I do not trust Ront. Who's this guy?
Who are you going over to?
So I can't click on him to type. Oh, I can.
Oh, if you press and hold on a space and roll 20, it will yep, like that. So
this dude.
if you click your mouse somewhere randomly and roll 20 and hold it down. Click and hold.
I am doing that. That's not where I clicked.
Left click, not right click. Left click.
Yeah, I did left click.
Oh geez, it's not working for you. We gotta fix that later. Okay, you're going over to this guy?
I'm clicking. Yeah, the guy who's just to the right of Bobino or Babito. Sorry.
Bobito. Okay, you go ahead and move over to him.
Oh, sorry, I got my arrows. thing stuck on
All right. So this guy, this is a Quaggoth. He has a golden collar around him, and actually a jacket, it's ripped and it does not fit him. This thing was made for something smaller.
it.
Now, he looks up to you, and in a very it looks like he's attempting to be regal, like eloquent. In very broken common.
Oh.
He's trying to speak common, but he's having trouble, and he starts talking to you in Elvish. Do you understand Elvish?
I do understand Elvish.
Good. What can I do for you, sir?
It's real. I don't actually laugh. There's an opportunity if we work together that we could escape, I think.
Alright, he looks to you, he strokes his fur.
You have intrigued us.
You would help?
Lo. What plan have thy?
We're working on it.
And who is we? No, not that ghastly figure over here.
And he points at Ront.
No. But I point in the vague direction of the dwarf, and maybe a little bit of goblin. So I'm not exactly sure if she's
On your side or not.
Yeah, or just happens to be an advantageous, distraction.
Very least, I'll distract someone.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, don't let me hog the game though.
no, you're fine. If anyone, I'm gonna say this. Does anyone else have anything want to interact with any other characters? By the way, Tiny Stool has come back to you, and is kind of he's not on your shoulder again, but he's following around.
Okay.
Dusk sees the strung out twins and is immediately curious.
Okay, you go over to them.
Hello.
So the brothers kind of huddled in the corner. The girl, what are you speaking to them? Like, are you speaking?
I'm gonna start with common.
She looks at you like doesn't say anything. She you speak giant to her.
Halfling?
Hold on. Let's see what she actually speaks.
So imagine this goblin over there. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing happens. What?
Yeah, that's
pretty much the you're speaking to them in all these different languages, and the girl, she looks to her brother and she speaks to him in Undercommon.
I'll try one more.
Okay.
Druid.
Nothing doing. They're just looking
Okay.
at you with utter fear.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah, go for it. What are you trying to insight about them?
I want to know, I guess it's more of a vibe check.
A
Why
vibe check.
are they acting strung out? Why
Alright.
are they acting this way? And that's,
What did you get?
I got a 14 plus 7. 21.
21, nice.
Let's
So,
go.
it's hard to tell, but they look like they're in some kind of pain, like constantly. And waxes and wanes over every few minutes, and then they become slightly more normal again, but they're like twitchy whenever the pain comes.
Dusk is going to hold out her hands like this, show that she's not having any weapons, and then she's going to kneel down in front of her and bare her throat.
They try to speak to you in Undercommon. Yeah, they don't speak anything but Undercommon.
That's okay. I just want you to know, friend. I made friends with the stones.
Okay.
I didn't try to bite you.
Nothing's tried to bite me yet, except that dickhead with the runt, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He did bite you after you bit him.
I got him back, so who's the real winner?
I will say this, we're gonna go on break in like 2 minutes because I do want to go like 5 minutes before the hour. Thinking about it going exactly at the hour it kind of brings us too far over. So I'd say at 55 we're gonna go to the go on break. So if there's anything real quick you guys want to do before we go to break, because we got like 50 seconds left.
Is the bucket of water still over here with the goblin's clothing?
You know what? Let me see. Okay.
You really don't want me to have my tits out, do you? This is really unpleasant for you, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. If you go over there and you look, when Ilvara came in, she just pushed you to the side with her rod, but she didn't uncover the water, so she didn't knock it over or anything. It's still there. So
And
because
Tony would ask Ulfrid to borrow or to be able to use his water to clean the goblin's clothes so that she can not be
nude.
nude.
Sure. And then but don't dump it out. I'm coming over there.
All right. And on that note, you're gonna go clean the clothes. We're gonna go on break. Everyone, thank you for joining us. We'll be back in 5 minutes for the 5 minutes debate. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Bye. Unless anyone else has a topic, I have something to discuss. You guys got something you want to talk about here? Or plug something interesting? Okay.
At the moment.
So, thus far, this session has been very comedic. It's mostly just been happenstance and circumstance. Oh, by the way, Red, you can join in for the 5 minute debates. That's fine, if you have something you want to talk about. By the way, everyone, our editor and cameraman is Big Red 274. He's also here.
the game is to have fun with your friends. So if you're not having fun, then
It's the
That's
Thunderdark.
It's the fun of that.
Thunderdark. For the
I will say,
Thunderdark.
as a storyteller, the comedic moments, the light-hearted moments, do make the dark moments hurtful.
This is
Having
true.
characters that are generally comedic and having them confront the dark parts of the world, that juxtaposition can make for some very interesting scenes and some very interesting moments. So letting it be fun in the beginning will just kick us in the balls later.
I do agree. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that it's funny now. It's actually, it's cool. I mean, I think if you're not laughing at a D&D in a D&D session, the D&D session isn't really going that well because players will find a way to fuck up everything and anything you have planned, and if they don't, then you're just I think maybe you're not a boring DM, but maybe work on your improv a little bit more. But that's just my 2 cents. I did most of the talking this time for the 5-minute debate, I'm sorry, but it looks like we have to come back from that. Red, let me know when we're back over to the other screen. Awesome. Alright, so, Dusk just made friends with a spider. You're
Tweakers.
and a couple of tweakers.
Yes.
Jesus,
Yes,
Goblin.
Don't forget the tweakers. They're my new best friends. We're touching fingertips like this, and we're just enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Okay, and you're washing her clothes, right?
yes.
Now, what is Ulfair doing during all this?
I'm still recruiting her. This time I'm going back to Bobido. That is his name.
Bupido.
Bobido.
Bupido, yeah. You go back over to Bupido.
Hello again, my fellow old man.
Hello, my friend.
Have you come up with a plan?
No, but we are not alone here. We have some allies, and I'm gathering more.
Interesting.
I'm hoping
Do
you
tell.
know. I'm hoping you know more about the situation.
Came back. The drow is still staring down at Dusk, like you're Satan or something. Are you gonna line? Oh, Dusk, you were lined up over here, right? Oh, you gotta go to the back of the line, buddy. All right. When everyone's lined up, the gate opens, and the Quaggoth goes in first. Over to the side. Well, it's not supposed to be that close to you guys. It's supposed to be here. And he's eyeing everyone up and down. The drow starts bringing people forward. He reads off their names in Elvish. These two go off. As he tells them something in Elvish. You can't really hear it. from where you are. Line moves up. They start talking. You hear Ront,
Stupid drow. Let Ront go.
the drow bitch slaps him across the face.
Good.
The fishman next to him, just disapprovingly, they go off. They're. By the way, when. Huh?
Fishman is disapproving of Ront or the drow?
Yeah. If you want to roll insight, you can.
Oh, I will.
He just has a disapproving look.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Like he shakes his head disapprovingly. These two walk up. By the way, whenever they go into the shadow that you can't see past, you hear more growls from like there's other quaggoths out of your vision. These two. When the drow man speaks to the other drow man, there's some real malicious intent in their tones. You can't hear exactly what they're saying because it's kind of hushed, and it's in a dialect of Elvish that even if you speak Elvish, you wouldn't understand. You can try. Anyone who speaks Elvish can try to roll insight to maybe get an idea.
Okay.
Let's
My
go.
last roll for insight was 12, and then I will roll again for this.
I got a dirty
18.
20.
Okay, 18, dirty 20, and what'd you get, Ulfred?
9.
So with the fishman, you couldn't tell like if he was disapproving of what. This is stupid. This is all stupid. For your 9, pretty language.
stupid.
Pretty language.
Okay.
Flea or Dusk and Tiny, what you hear is something about a murder. And that's all you get from that. One of them murdered somebody. And then they're sent off another way. Then you come up next to... I'm going to say you got his name. His name is Darendil. Those of you taking notes, that is spelt D-E-R...
D-E-R-E-N-D-I-L.
Yep. You're looking at the handouts, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Alright, so you and Darendil go up. No. The drow looks at you. Old man and beast. You're assigned to... Let me see what you're assigned to, guys. Or what you're assigned to. Uldred? Or Ulferd, sorry. You and Darendil are assigned to... Pardon. Where's the job list? I had a job list. Where'd my job list go? Okay. You two are assigned... You're assigned to clean the mess hall. Go. And you are sent out. Remember, you're still manacled and shackled and all that.
And shitty.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'll clean the mess hall, I guess.
Yep. Darendil. Well, you did get that bucket, right? So to clean yourself off, relatively.
Well, I didn't get a chance to use it, though.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're still shitty. Yeah. So you and Darendil, he leads the way down to the mess hall. When you go in past the darkness, your dark vision starts to work again. and you can actually see there's a rope bridge right in front of you. There's some stairs leading off to the right. And right on the rope bridge are these two quaggots looking real mean. And they flank you on either side and walk you to the mess hall. Topsy and Turvy go up. He looks at them and sends one of them back.
Before the little goblin, because I don't know if I've gotten your name yet or not.
I did. I introduced myself.
Ah, okay then. Before Dusk goes up, Tiny will hand her
Her
wet,
clothes.
damp, but relatively clean dress.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you.
Okay.
Puts it on.
You just. Yeah. So he motions for Dusk to come up. The spider speaker.
Hello.
We have something special for you. You two,
Oh, how exciting.
go clean the shrine. When he says that, is this Topsy or Turvy next to you? I forget. That-
That is Toby.
That Turvy, he looks at you, very scared at the mention of a shrine, like that. He hears that word. No.
Okay, Dusk is gonna reach out, hold his hand, and we're gonna walk out the door.
Okay, you walk out the door. When you two walk out the door, Quaggoths actually come directly for you while you're still over here, and start dragging you. Where's the other
There's
Quaggoth?
no need for this. We're walking. It's fine.
They still drag you. They don't give a shit.
Okay.
All right. So he motions for all three of you to come up. And you all, I'm going to assume you go up there, Tiny. Right on top of him.
Riding on the
Tiny
old
would.
man's back.
Let us go, old man.
Yeah. Ride 'em, cowboy. All right. Oh, for you three.
And Tiny is standing every bit of his 6'2", squared
tall.
out.
Okay, this man is as
Proud.
tall as you are. And the Quaggoth behind you is 7'5".
No, Tiny's just proud. He's not like
Okay.
hunched shoulders or.
Okay. You are assigned to you clean, you work water. You work wench. And with that, you guys go. Oh, you two were dragged off. Me. All right. And the gate stays open. You are led by these two, the guard and the Quaggoth out of here. And so I actually need to set up these various maps because I didn't know what you guys were gonna get tonight, so I didn't set them up preemptively. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I do that. Red, don't take us to another screen. I just have to set these up real quick.
I think the shrine is going to be very nice.
At least you got
This
clean
is
clothes now.
Probably not at all punishment for all those good rolls I had. Everything's fine.
Yep, I know.
Well, the good news is the scarred drow got some at some point. It's good to know for him. Lucky boy. Oh, you missed this part.
I missed that part.
Yeah, you missed this part. Apparently, Bupido is a gossipy bitch. And Bupido said that
the Scar Drow, whose name is Jorlin, was shacking up with Mistress Ilvara. And then something happened that messed up his face, and now Mistress Ilvara has a new boy toy. And now, Jorlin is very sad.
Jorlin's pissed, is what he described it as. Okay, you guys had the wench, right? The three of you?
Tiny
Yep.
has the winch.
Okay.
Tiny's winch.
Hi.
Tiny has the winch.
Okay.
He's a good winch.
He's a good wench.
Best wench. Best wench in this town.
Yep, best wench. Wench. Alright, so we don't have a lot of time left, so we're just gonna have like 3 of them here, and we're gonna have one of those here. I should have set this up preemptively, I'm sorry to everybody. We might have to take these job duties into the next session.
Are all those characters that were in the cage? They're in the module.
Yes,
Okay.
every single character that I've put here so far is in the module.
And they probably all have very rich backstories, and I imagine probably have very specific kinds of information they can give us. But they will only give it to us if we ask them very specific questions.
Yeah. Well, depends on what you ask them and how you ask them. Alright, so that one, and I can't remember, Ulferd, what did I have you
He's going
doing?
to clean the mess.
Oh, yep, he's gonna clean the mess hole. Give me a second. I need to
It's
add.
knives.
In the mess hall.
Yep,
Yeah.
Full
sorry.
of knives.
Yeah.
The
I mean, those are
canvas.
there. Those are there. I won't. That's not something I really have to hide. They are there, but there's also other people there. All right. So let me see actually how many are here on a D10 roll. Okay, not that many. So that's good for you. Paste. All right, and then there's going to be boom, 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 boom. You were with Darendil, right?
Yep.
All right, just making sure. So I've got this all correct. Put him over here. All right, so considering we don't have a lot of time, we might maybe get through 2 of you today. Who you guys can either decide which of you wants to go, or
Sounds like a
who-
roll off.
all right, everyone just roll me initiative.
10.
8.
6.
Reese. Ugh. Better to get these kinds of initiative rolls out of the way before we actually go into
Yeah.
combat.
So I guess
Yeah.
we're going with Dusk then. Was so hoping we'd go with Dusk.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing to me, Zach?
Oh, you'll find out. Give me a second.
Bring up the
Alright.
map. Bring
I'm
up
bringing-
the map!
Bring up the map! I brought up the map.
More spider friends!
So, yep, add your token there. You two were led into here. There's a shit ton of web all over the place.
Yep.
There are these 2 spiders here, and you can see that
Mhm.
one asshole lady there. And, whoa, did I just delete her?
Yep.
God damn it.
Lol.
Lols.
Now,
Oh.
as Dusk left the slave pen, she would have just quietly and surreptitiously tried to druidcraft a flower into her hand.
What does Druidcraft take? Because you don't have your arcane focus.
No, I don't think I need an arcane focus. It's verbal
Okay.
somatic, but it doesn't say anything about an arcane focus.
Okay, roll me stealth.
13 plus 2, 15.
15. Let's see what he got on. Okay, yeah, you were able to craft the flower in your hand. What
Okay.
does this flower look like?
It's just a little chamomile flower.
Smells good?
No, it's not got a particularly strong smell, but it is known for its calming effects.
Okay,
Just how
cool.
she's feeling right now.
It's your security flower?
Well, it's just the the vibe that she wants to impart to Turvy. She actually quietly slips it into his hand as they're walking.
And as you're walking, you come to this. So need to actually copy him. The drow that escorted you here. The work. And he points at all the webbing and shit. She's over here, like, in a ritual praying. And there's these two spiders on either side that look like they're in a trance. This guy is just standing menacingly behind them and looking at you two. To work.
What do you want us to do?
To work. And Turvy goes over and there's like a special. There's basically a broom and a shovel, and he starts cutting the webbing and shoveling it in. Basically, he's cleaning off the webbing.
Oh, okay. Well, Dusk is gonna get. She's gonna grab a shovel and she's gonna head over here
Okay.
to try to listen to what that
Roll-
drow lady is saying.
Sounds like. Roll me. What's your passive? Or are you're actively listening? So roll me
Well,
perception.
my passive perception is 15.
Yeah, but you're actively listening, so let's have that
Okay,
a roll.
well in that case I got a 15.
It sounds. So you're not too familiar with who the drow pray to. Well, actually,
Yeah.
you can roll me religion to see if you are.
How do you feel about a 2?
I feel like you don't know what a god is with that roll. But yeah, she's praying to something or someone. You're not sure what. Has something to do with spiders though, because there's a lot of spiders
Okay.
around here. They like them. What you can tell is that the drow love their spiders.
Well, I can see why they're very cute. Dusk is gonna go around here. Keep cleaning, keep cleaning. Do. So clean, so clean. Everything's so clean. She's gonna get into this corner. She's gonna
Okay.
druid craft a mistletoe.
Mistletoe. Stealth. Disadvantage.
Really? Disadvantage? Why?
You have a bunch of people around you that can see you.
Okay, well, with disadvantage, that's a 15.
Okay, that's a nat 20 on the guard. He sees you cast magic. Roll me a dex save. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do it against your AC, because you're not expecting this. 11. A crossbow bolt lands on the wall next to you.
Whew.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No
I'm
magic.
nervous. I'm sorry.
And she slicks it into her bra.
Sorry.
the bolt or the mistletoe?
Yeah, the mistletoe.
He walks over and rips the mistletoe out of there.
That's my boob. Sometimes it sprouts flowers. Okay.
You are very weird.
Yeah, probably. Hi, spider friend.
Says
This spider's in a trance.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna keep on.
Okay,
doing the
I
things.
want you to roll me. Your perception was a 15, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in here, you notice behind this shrine, or under it and behind it, as you walk past it, there's a big golden box with a huge latch on it.
Interesting.
You get the idea that's something important, or something very important inside there.
Interesting. Okay.
And you can see around here there's other chests, like these little blocks here. These are each chests.
Interesting.
Oh no,
I don't
if you tried to go there, you would get stopped about there.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep going around.
Okay.
Was there any mistletoe left in my bra?
Let's see I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand check for the guard. He rolled a dirty 20. I'm gonna say with that roll, probably not. Maybe like a little bit. Like a leaf.
A little bit.
Like a leaf.
Okay.
Enough to cast like a single spell, and then it would disintegrate.
Good. I cast Goodberry.
Roll stealth with disadvantage.
And
He's-
17.
He's actively watching you.
That's an 18. So 17 total. But that plus 2, 19.
It's an 18 plus 2. That's a 20. He notices you do something. He doesn't notice it's magic. What are you doing?
I'm praying.
No god accepted here except Loth. He shoots an arrow between your feet.
I'm sorry. I'm sure Loth is very nice.
Do
I'm
not
gonna-
do not speak Spider Queen's name. He shoots another one.
Okay. I understand. I understand. Gonna get back to work.
All right, you get back to work. So yeah, are you just gonna clean up in there then?
Yeah, I do nothing else.
Okay.
I have a bra full of berries and I'm good.
Okay then. And I'm gonna say that leaf disintegrated when you casted that.
That's fair.
All right. You know, you could have used it for something else. Anything else. There's a bunch of spells you could have used.
Yeah, but also not really. Not in this situation. I have very specific spells prepared. This is the one that I think will be useful.
Okay. So who had the next highest in initiative? I believe it was Tiny, right?
It was tiny.
And you were assigned to the waterfall, if I remember correctly, right? Or
Yeah, something to do with winching.
All right, winching. Here we go. Add your token next to these two. Over here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have the map zoomed out far enough.
No, you're fine. You're fine, man. So you're escorted by this drow and one of the Quaggoth. He points over to this mechanism. I forgot to add it to this map, but it's right here. And
Okay.
he has the Bupido stay here. And one of the Quaggoth helps Bupido pull this wench system, and it raises up this cart inside. And he has you two hop inside with him into the cart.
Okay. Oh, Dookie.
He points to a pail of water and some buckets. Basically, he's telling you to put the water into the buckets. And I believe this is Topsy, and she starts getting to work on it.
Tiny will pick up a bucket and I'm over here, I guess.
All right. The pail, like, you can pick up a bucket and pick the water up from anywhere.
Mhm.
The mechanism is hold on. The mechanism is over here, where Topsy is.
Okay.
You just gonna start paneling water in there?
Tiny will wander out into the water, I guess.
Oh, jeez. Oh, you're gonna go
Hopefully,
in.
hoping to rinse off some of the
Okay.
fecal matter that was on him.
Okay. You go off into the water.
Not,
Alrighty.
just a little bit, not super far. Like he's not diving into it, just wading.
Okay. Okay. And you start washing yourself off.
Yep.
Let's see if this guy gives a shit. Yeah, he don't care. He's kind of just there, like, he doesn't want to be there, kind of grumpy.
Okay. Do I notice anything in particular around me?
Roll me perception.
18 plus 21.
With that roll, there's something glowing under the water. It's deep in there.
Okay, Tiny will, against his better judgment, try to dive down for it.
You dive? Okay, I need you to roll me a dex save when you dive under.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Nat 20. Something cool happens. An arrow was shot at you. Due to your
Yeah.
monk training, you were able to. I'm not saying you get deflect missile early. I'm just saying you were able to deflect a missile.
Sweet.
And you now have a drow bolt. Now, the cool thing about these bolts, and Dusk, you have one too, is that it has drow poison on it. I will explain the effects of drow poison outside of game, above game, when we're not in this. But when you dive under, you get a clear vision of... There's a sword down there. And the light, you could swear, is shining in the shape of a crescent moon. It's deep down, though. Like, you gotta dive deep to get to it. And I will say this, that guy's not going to... You have maybe 10 seconds before I decide to have this drow come attack you.
Okay, Tiny will break the surface of the water, shake himself off, and then come back and act like he was just rinsing off.
The drow points, do not disappear. Back to work.
In Elvish, this one will say, one was bathing.
I do not
Better
care.
to sell a clean slave than a dirty one.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, please, God. I rolled a 3, so my persuasion is
He rolled
4.
a nat 1. He rolled a natural 1.
Sweet!
Here are the keys to the slave pits. You seem trustworthy.
Of all the slaves, you make the most sense. With that, actually something cool. You do get some. How do you get 2 fucking cool roll nat 20s now? That's better than what Flea got.
There's anything better than what Flea got.
Yeah, who gets to stick their
my way
hand
out of
into the
the leak.
mouth of a giant spider and walk away still with a hand attached?
So he's like contemplating what you said, and he actually goes. He takes out a pipe and starts to ignore you, thinking on what you said. Goes over to the wall. He's not even paying attention to you anymore. He's basically getting high over there, completely ignoring you.
Can I try to sneak back into the water?
Yeah, roll stealth with advantage.
Oh. 19 plus Stealth 24.
Oh, you got a 14, so you're good.
Cool. Tiny wants to go get that sword.
You know, get the sword. Okay.
Come on, get the sword.
All right. I want you to roll me. You're gonna have to roll me a con save because it's very deep.
Okay.
And actually first roll me either an athletics or an acrobatics check to see how far you get before your breath starts going away.
I read
Right.
once that we can hold our breaths for as long as our Constitution modifier. Like if you've got a +1, that's how long you can hold your breath.
I don't remember. I will have to look into that, but I'm gonna say I'll defer to that for now. So is that per minute or per hour? Because I would assume that's a minute.
Per minute. It's a minute. So like if
Alright,
you've
what's
got
your-
a +1, you get a minute underwater.
What's
My
your
con is +1.
Okay,
I
yeah,
rolled a 16 plus 3 on the strength or the athletics check, so a 19 for the athletics.
you're gonna need that. So the 1 minute your breath starts to give out, you're able to push yourself forward. You almost make it to the sword. You've got another like 10 feet to swim. Roll me a con save.
Okay.
Man, with my constitution, I'm
Con's +1.
choking to death in midair.
15 plus 1, so 16.
16.
So we're gonna do it.
You make it to the sword.
Yes.
Upon hearing it, light emits everywhere. Time seems
Oh,
to
shit.
Wait. Time slows to nothing. The water doesn't even move around you. Everything's still there, but it's like you're in space. If you move around, you're like floating through space. When you move your hand, it does this cool like after image thing. And do you say anything or do anything?
This one is perplexed. He would, I guess, keep holding the sword and try to return to the
Okay, you look. If
surface.
you look around, you hold the sword and you hear a voice in your head. You're not one of my children.
What is one of your children?
The ones who turned from Lolth.
This one does not worship Loth.
Do you know who Lolth is? Roll me religion.
Religion is a +0. Natural 1.
You don't know who the hell Lolth is.
This one has never heard of Loth.
Okay. So give me a second to
Did you
pull
say
up this.
lol?
Lolth.
Yeah, lol.
Lolth. With a TH at the end, buddy.
That is what this one has said. Lol.
Lol.
Lolth. Alright, give me a moment. Because I actually want to show you guys this image, and I thought I had it. It must have got deleted somehow, but give me a moment. I'm going to pull up this image. So when you say you have no idea who Lolth is, a woman off in the distance, the silhouette of a woman comes from that, so you still see the glow of a crescent moon, but a woman appears, dark-skinned, looks kind of like a drow, but has pure white hair flowing all around her.
Tiny's eyes are downcast.
Why do you look away?
This one has been scolded many times as a child from the fair sect, and one has taught that this is a sign of respect from my avitus.
Looking away from one who presents themselves openly is insulting, not respectful.
This one begs your apologies.
Okay, please say it. I know you want to say something.
Don't take that advice when
No, absolutely
Jess
don't.
gets her tits out again. This is very situational.
Okay.
Continue.
Yes. But don't. Please don't. Don't do that. No. Give me a moment. I've almost got this. So the woman,
It's a sign of respect.
the woman starts to approach you. Okay. So I'm gonna pull this onto the screen so you can see, everyone can see what she looks like. I'll make her bigger. I don't have time to actually make a handout for this. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. She approaches you. You may have the sword if you will guide children away from my mother.
This one would like nothing more than to free one and one's friends from the slave pens that we are in.
Your slavers are the children. Free them, and they will help you free the others.
One will try.
That is all I ask. And with that, the world goes back to normal, the light disappears, and you have what kind of sword are you proficient with?
Tiny is not proficient with.
What kind of weapon are you proficient with? Because I
weapon
know monks get certain type.
Oh, a short sword.
All right, it turns into a kind of a like a Chinese Dao, if you know what those are.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one. I have a couple actually. It looks like this, but pure white, with the symbol of a half moon, or with the symbol of a crescent moon right here.
Cool.
This sword feels obviously magical. And with that, what do you do now?
Tiny would swim back to the surface and she said that her children were our jailers, or were our slavers. There's no way to tell if I'd come back here, so is there any way I could hide this thing?
Between your butt cheeks.
Just in your fur?
Nobody
Yeah.
needs to know.
Could I try that?
Gently.
That would be stealth with disadvantage, or sleight of hand with disadvantage. If you try that, are you gonna try? You gonna try to hide it on your person?
Yeah, because I don't want them to take it. I'm hoping that guy being high will at
Help
least
you.
make this a little easier.
Sleight of cheek.
Sleight of cheek.
22. No. Sleight of hand plus 5. Yeah, 22. 17 plus 5. I rolled a
Alright.
13 and a 17. No, that's an 18, not 13. Yeah.
Hey, so he rolled a 12. Did you always? Fuck it.
Does Tiny have a sword now?
Tiny has a sword now.
Yay!
Essentially a +1 short sword. By the way, this is off book. It's just something cool I came up with. Anyone who's gonna come into the chat and give me shit about it, I don't care. It's cool. And
It
with
is
that,
cool.
I think that's actually a good stopping point for the evening. We're like 2 minutes beforehand, but I don't have time to go through Ulfherd's his scene. I promise we'll get to you when we come first thing next session. But everyone, thank you for joining us. This has been Urban Nerds United foray into Out of the Abyss. Join us next week again for the second episode. Tomorrow you can catch me, Flea, and our live stream editor here in Ecrotia, our original story homebrew campaign. But until tomorrow and until next week, thank you for joining us. This has been Urban Nerds United.
Bye.